Hello and welcome to another update video about Polygon MATIC. Polygon is further moving sideways here at the moment, struggling to get through a cluster of resistance levels that we talked about in the last video. So I'm going to zoom in a minute. Overall, there are two scenarios I'm looking at here, also from an Elliott Wave point of view. The first scenario that is already on the chart here is that all of this, what we did since July, was already a bull run, basically, right? We've here had a 5-wave structure, a so-called diagonal structure, after which we started a correction, an A wave, a B wave to the upside, an overshooting wave B, which was part of that 5-wave structure, correcting that 5-wave structure, and then we are now seeing the C wave, which could theoretically then be complete or completed when the price hit this 130 level. Okay, that is certainly a possibility. However, it would be completely different to what other crypto and many cryptocurrency and nearly all cryptocurrencies are doing. I don't have much faith in this scenario. I would only give it a probability of 25%. As you know, everything in financial market, everything really, is probabilities. There is not the one scenario that has to work out. Absolutely not. We can only maneuver in this space by looking at probabilities, and that is how I see it. Based on that, you could argue that the correction might be finished. Okay. Based on that, the price would have now hit or found support at the 61.8% fib level at 146. That is the most relevant fib level anyway, so it found support. However, it did go significantly below it here on a couple of days. Here on one day, that was here on the 24th of Feb, it did go down all the way to 125, so significantly went below the 61.8% fib level, and therefore my view is we haven't seen the completion of this correction. We could still, even in this scenario, come down lower, and that would be my primary expectation, that even in this scenario the price would drop further, possibly all the way down to the 78.6% fib level at $1.08. Yeah, and the $1 level is anyway a very, very critical level in this scenario here. It's that significant swing low here from the 29th of September. Right. That is the primary, that is the alternative scenario, actually. Only 25% I would give this scenario, which would mean that either we have finished the correction now or we are very, very close to finishing the correction. Here we've talked about this cluster of resistance levels. You've seen here in orange, you see the 50-day moving average. We see here in yellow the 200-day moving average. You see here this descending trend line coming down where the price is struggling to get through. You see this ascending trend line here where the price hasn't got through. So a cluster of resistance levels here where it's really difficult for the price to push through, especially in a context, and you can see it here with this orange line crossing the yellow line to the downside, which is a bearish, which is a death cross. Okay, I don't personally put too much meaning into this sort of death cross because it's normally priced in anyway. People see it in advance. It's already in the chart. You know, you don't really say, right, we've got a death cross today, now we're going to go down. No, it's already part of the downtrend anyway. It's already priced in. The market is based on what you see in the charts is already future expectations. That's why we're in a downtrend. But it just shows how late Polygon MATIC was with its correction. It was very late. It made its all-time high back in December. I mean, it was not a new all-time high. It was basically the same. Maybe it was by a few dollars, whatever. But in December 21, where others were in September, October, November, and therefore it's just late with its correction. And while I understand that many people say, well, we're not going to get into my yellow target area down here, we should still keep it open as a possibility, because a lot of people always rule this out, which has proven to be a mistake with all my other price targets here that I mentioned for Chainlink, for VeChain, for Solana, for Ethereum, for XRP, which all reached their price targets that we talked about in November, and they were earlier in their correction and they have already reached it. What I'm trying to say is, because Polygon is later, it will still reach it, just later. Okay, so we see it here, and of course I could be wrong. There's a 25% probability I would give this scenario here, but still, even in this scenario, I think we are going to go down a little bit more. But all right, let's put the primary scenario on the chart here, which would be assuming that all of this what we've seen since July, and that would be basically the Bitcoin wave count, that all of this was just a correction. So we've come down from this all-time high here back in May, down in a wave A, then we made our wave B. So this was all part of a correction, yeah. And this here is the wave C. So this is all still a correction, and what we are seeing here, this slight upside that we're doing at the moment, is just, call it a correction of the correction, yeah. It's just a correction of the downtrend, and in the next run we would then expect a major sell-off that could go down into this target area between 30 and 60 cents. So between the 88.7% fib level and the 78.6% fib level of that higher level wave count. And that is what I primarily see. It has to happen anyway. You know, you need to get these lower lows in from, you know, at certain stages. And yes, I mean, at any point in time you can expect, and this is always possible, the altcoins can make unpredictable moves to the upside. You can even get 100%, probably not from here, not from for MATIC now, but you can get without a problem 10, 20, 30% to the upside, and still it would not at all invalidate this scenario here. This scenario here, what I've got on the chart, would only be invalidated above 285, 286, yeah, the all-time, or 289 it was. No, actually 292, sorry. So the all-time high. Only then it would really be invalidated. We have to see it. You know, it looked for a long time as if Harmony 1 wouldn't reach the target area, because Harmony 1 was in a very similar situation. Harmony 1 was holding here very well above the 61.8% fib level. But then what happened when it broke that, it just crashed down into my target area. So Harmony 1 did reach it all as well. And that's what I mean when we were with Harmony 1 at 40 or 30 cents. I had these comments and said we're never going to reach the 15 or the 13 cents or whatever it was, and in the end we reached it. So I'm just saying, don't be too hooked up on, oh, it's never going to happen, it's too far away. No, it's not. It's we have seen for many altcoins already a 80% sell-off. Now Polygon MATIC has only done 55, okay, and to get the 80% we need to get into the target area. So yeah, so it shows it's realistic. Absolutely, it's realistic. Question is just when, yeah? Does it happen straight away, or do we see a little bit more upside? And that depends on the scenario that's going to play out now for Bitcoin. For me, as you know, or at least channel members know, my buy orders for Polygon MATIC, I have, after taking profits up here somewhere, I did start a dollar cost average in again using these profits and so on, because after the correction is finished, and even if it is a bit later, Polygon MATIC will do well. So for me, it's more of a long-term thing. But if you take a look at the current price and look at what the next major wave to the upsides price targets would be, for me at the moment, Polygon is still a little bit too expensive compared to other cryptos, because the 1.618 extension would give it only a $4.60 for the next wave up, or all the way up to 567, which is nice, but other cryptos that have already reached their target areas, you can expect a 10 to 15x, okay? Right, that's my view here on Polygon MATIC. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. And again, if you really like the content and want more additional content, then check out the channel membership, where you can get access to the Telegram live chat, the Discord server, and a weekly live stream. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.